Hello, everybody. I'm Rebecca Gwanson, and I am here with the KCIT Spotlight, where we highlight our amazing volunteers. Today, I'm here with Melany Nelson, which I'm so glad that you've taken the time to meet with me. I really appreciate it. Melany, let's jump right in. Could you tell us a little bit about your background and the work that you're doing now?
Sure. So I am Melany Nelson, the Executive Director for Northwest Victim Services. It'll be 7 years, June 24th, 2021. So I've actually been associated with Northwest Victim Services since the 80s because my mother started out as a volunteer in the 80s. So my mother started out as a volunteer, sat on the board, became the board president, and then the executive director. I did the same exact thing, not planned, but I've been volunteering with Northwest Victim Services since the 80s when I was in high school, helping with fundraiser events. So a lifelong time of helping victims in one way or another.
That's absolutely amazing. Um, so I know that there was a recent article that has come out about the work that you are doing and your staff. Would you like to talk a little bit about that with us?
Sure. So I think that article, there was a couple of articles that came out, unfortunately, due to all of the shooting that's taken place in the city of Philadelphia. And one of those shootings was at Broad Island, which is a major transportation hub. So the beautiful part about Northwest Victim Services advocates is that we know we cannot do this work by ourselves. Collaboration is key. So Northwest Victim Services has a great relationship with Einstein Hospital and with Temple University Hospital. So we're able to serve victims real time. So as soon as those victims were being admitted to Einstein from the Gordon Melany shooting, we were in contact with Einstein to see how we could provide services. Same thing with Temple. When the shooting victims, domestic violence victims, unfortunately, homicide victims come in, we're communicating with their families in real time to be able to offer them free services.
That's an amazing service that you are providing to your community. I mean, it's absolutely, absolutely amazing. And we'll link the articles in the comments of this when we post it, because I think it's important for people to be seeing the work. How long have you been connected to KCIT? What brought you to KCIT? And are there any moments that stand out in your time as a volunteer?
So I actually took my training with KCIT in March of 2015. And I wanted to be connected with KCIT because of the great reputation that they have in serving victims, those affected by crime, and the crisis management that they provide after the traumatic incident. So I wanted to be connected with another great agency to broaden my scope on how I could better serve victims. And KCIT is amazing. And I even had the pleasure of being a part of their virtual deployment since COVID-19.
What would you say to the question, why KCIT? Why take a training? Why become trauma informed? What would your response to those questions be?
You have to, and we all have to. Unfortunately, the gun violence all over has increased. So I think we all need to increase our knowledge to be able to just offer an ear, a shoulder. So KCIT is great for that, even for community members, because we all know someone who is affected by gun violence. And you want to be able to help them and not say some things that's going to be offensive to them. So sometimes people think that they're helping when they say something, and it can actually hurt a victim. So KCIT offers that training to where we can be a little empathetic to people and be able to extend that love where we're not hurting anyone. So I think KCIT is awesome in that area.
I agree with you 100%. Yeah, absolutely. So in closing, is there a fun fact about yourself that you would like to share with us?
So I guess my fun fact would be that I enjoy eating a whole jar of pickles in like one sitting. So I love pickles, and I could just eat the whole jar like one.
That's a fantastic fun fact. That's very similar to my experience with pickles as well. I want to thank you again so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to do this interview with me. You have a wonderful day.